Great team win today. It was good to finally play, and we always talked about the whole season having a team win, and to finally be able to put it together and do it on senior day and last home game and win in decisive fashion. That was says a lot about our football team, our players. So I'm really, really happy for those guys, and they'll celebrate, and we got one more, and got to go get that one. With that said, questions.
Coach Jared McDonald with the Daily News here. We've talked about how good the defense is, especially these last few weeks. The one thing Coach White said he wanted more of was turnovers. Do you think he's happy now?
I bet you.
What can you say about the defense?
Well, first of all, they were outstanding again. The one thing Coach White and I've talked about all year was, hey, get defensive turnovers, get defensive scores, and to get back-to-back on 2 consecutive drives, defensive scores was huge. And it really carried us through. I mean, it just got the momentum going, and it was good to see offensively us put drives together and score. And so, it was just a great way to close out our season at home.
Coach Jared with the Daily News again. I know you talked about the complete game, but how much did you see those 2 defensive scores kind of change the momentum and get your offense going a little bit in the second half?
Really when our defense scored, it takes pressure off of your offense and gave us some flexibility to do some things. And, I think our guys were pretty loose all day. I thought the sideline energy was fantastic. We had talked a lot about that, and, it was just a great feeling to see it all come together. But to have the performance we had on defense with the 2 scores was outstanding. And, offensively, putting several drives together that resulted in touchdowns was good to see. It was good to see Gage had a long run, and almost scored. And we had talked about that all season about, having explosive runs. And so, a lot of things that we had talked about during the season finally came to fruition today.
Coach Matthew Hargrove with the College Heights Herald. First winning streak of the season. What does it mean to you seeing it happen after the 2-6 start to the season?
Well, just anytime you have back-to-back wins and you're on a win streak, it's a good feeling, and it's something we can build off of. And, this last one going to Charlotte, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a battle. They're a good football team. So it's good to have the momentum going into that game. And it's a big game. There's a lot to play for coming up here on this last one. But our guys are happy. They're celebrating in the locker room. They're feeling good about themselves, and that's all you can ask for going into the last one.
And then going back to Gage, he had his first 100-yard rushing game of the season. How big was he today?
He was great. Had a couple really good runs. One explosive run down there, almost scored with it. It was the second quarter. I went over to him and I said, hey, man, I know you've made a couple nice runs here or there. I'd love to see you take one to the house. And it was about, the second half, he goes out there and pops it and almost scores. But, he did a really good job. Jakari did a nice job when he got in there. So it was good to see.
Coach Jared with the Daily News again. You mentioned those big runs, obviously the 54-yarder and the 28-yarder from Gage and Jakari. Passing the ball the longest throw down the field, completion 16 yards. I guess as a whole, in terms of the big plays, those explosive plays, how happy are you with the number that you had today?
I was happy, whether we're throwing it or running it, you got to move the football and you got to finish drives. And, we had probably in that early, in the first half and, we scored 10, we're kind of piddling around, I don't want to say we're going through the motions, but there ain't a lot happening, and then defensively, they erupt and get the 2 touchdowns, and then offensively we're able to start answering, and that's what momentum does. That's what, turnovers do. It creates a lot of energy. It creates momentum, and you capitalize on those things and good things happen.
Coach, you mentioned it earlier, but the team seemed a little bit more energized on the sidelines to begin the ball game. Was it because it was senior day, or just you talking about the level of focus you wanted in practice earlier this week?
Well, yeah, I would say it's a combination of all of it. I think we we really talked about, bringing the energy and bringing, the passion. And if you were a guy that didn't suit out, you needed to be, swinging the red towel and hollering and screaming. Um, and we saw that throughout the whole game. And I really felt like that carried us through, and with it being senior day, I did want to make sure our seniors go out winning at home. And so, everybody, chipped in and said, hey, let's go do our part to get these guys to win. So it was a proud moment for everybody.
Coach Jared with the Daily News again. In terms of senior day, a number of the guys, the seniors, there were some that weren't honored before the game. Does that mean those players are expected to come back next year?
We'll see. I think for the most part, because it's a different year, as you guys know, we came to all the seniors and said, hey, if you want to walk, and I think what you saw out there were guys that, for some of them, it was their last time at home. And for others, they may not be ready to hang it up. And they wanted to make sure, though, they had that experience just in case they decided to hang it up. And so, we gave them some flexibility there. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I wanted everybody to really kind of make the choice just because it was a different year this year.
The last thing you talked about when we had you on Tuesday was the turnovers. You apologized for being long-winded, but that's how bad you wanted them. Are you happy now?
I'm very happy, man. That was very important for the team to get a momentum switch, and the timing of that couldn't have been any better. We harp on turnovers. We show NFL turnovers. We do everything you can think of. We have a turnover Tuesday after practice, and we always talk about they come in bunches. And tonight it was awesome to see our guys go out and Malone with the forced fumble, Cray with the scoop and score, Eli Brown with the pick six. It was awesome.
Jared with the Daily News again. As you're watching that sequence unfold with Malone forcing the fumble, Roger the scoop and score, the interception, the pick six, what's going through your mind as you watch that in consecutive plays?
Yes, it kind of reminded me of UTEP 2018. First thing that after the fact I thought about that, but while it's going on, my eyes are set on certain spots. I think we caught a dog on the run, and Malone I think he was the contained player, and the ball was kind of running that way. And I heard Coach Crum say, "Scoop it, Cray." I was like, "What?" Because I'm on the sideline. He obviously has a better view. And then the next one, I actually watched Eli do that, and I was just glad he caught it, and he took a chance on a play, and he made the play and scored. But it was perfect timing. So I think that's more important. The team, the sideline needed, the fans need to see that kind of stuff, and our players more importantly. For them, they put in the work, and they want to see it, come to fruition at some point.
Coach Matthew Hargrove here with the College Heights Herald. How cool was it to see that both of those turnovers came from seniors on senior day?
Yeah, you know what? I thought about that as soon as they ran. After I gave them a hug and all that stuff, I was like, wow, this is the last game on this field. And it's really cool to go out that way. I know all their teammates and their friends, and obviously everybody wanting to see that kind of stuff, and it felt great. It's a good feeling.
Coach Jared with the Daily News. Those turnovers get a lot of love, but solid defensive performance throughout the day. The secondary, 10 pass breakups, 8 QB hits in the game. Yeah. What can you say just about the complete effort throughout the whole game?
Yep. Man, I think our guys on the sideline, I wish you guys can have us mic'd up at some point and just to hear the chatter, how our guys really are into the game every single play. If something happens, they're begging us to draw it up on the sideline. Our coaches do a great job from the box getting it to us. But that's how we've always been from day one. I've been a very lucky defensive coordinator in regards of getting this bunch of great kids and how much they love the game of football. It really invigorates all of us to do better as a person, as a coach. And if you're slacking, it shows. And that's been the most important thing. The best thing that I love about coaching at Western Kentucky is the players love football. They love the process. And it starts with the head coach as well.
Coach Jared with the Daily News again. No Kyle Bailey today. He's one of the leaders on this defensive unit for the last few years. How did you feel about other players stepping up in his void and what they were able to accomplish?
Kyle Bailey texted me and Coach Crum on Sunday or Monday and said, "Hey, what do I need to do to help us win this football game?" And he knew he wasn't playing. So that tells you where we are as a football team, just inside the building. But it was awesome to see Nick Days fly around, make plays, some tackles. We had to bring Malik back to from offense to defense just to get some plays in for us. Eli Brown, but it was great. Guys understand that we may be down a guy, but it's an opportunity for other guys to step up and showcase their talents.
Coach Sherrod with the Daily News. What exactly is a Turnover Tuesday?
Turnover Tuesday for us is after practice. We go to our position groups, and every Tuesday I take all the DBs, me, Coach Locker, Coach Amar Smith, and Coach LaRussa. We take the guys and we create a turnover drill. A punch-out tackle, a scoop and score, a tip interception drill, a punch-out on right before the ground drill, anything just to keep turnovers in their head. And also on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we show NFL turnovers. We have, like I said, I told you about Pro Football Focus. You can just click a button and get all the NFL turnovers. And so we show the best ones for each position group. So we just try our best to keep it in their head, and we know that one day it's gonna show up, and it did tonight at the perfect time.